Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. We're going to go over a momentum stock that was absolutely insane. In the pre-market, it started just going nuts. And the ticker symbol was BENE. Now, in the pre-market, we saw incredible momentum. I mean, the most amount of volume that I have seen since the AMC and GME days. Is that GME? Yeah, GameStop. So it is currently 8 a.m. and starting at 4 a.m. when, platforms can start day trading, the moves, I mean, with real volume, we're not talking about 10,000 shares in a 20-minute period. We're talking about millions and millions of shares before 7 a.m. 7 a.m. hits. That's when all the other platforms get activated and the volume poured in. So give me just 2 seconds. I just need to turn the volume down on the TV. Okay, sorry about that. So the volume was pouring in. There was so many different stocks going absolutely insane. So how did we figure out which one to trade? Now, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Right here, I'm putting exactly what I'm doing. I'm in BENE long, taking profit along the way. So anyway, everybody that's in here knows, what I'm doing. Now, if we look at the pre-market gap list that I post every morning, we'll see here that look at the volume. This is amazing to see. And this was at 6 a.m. And all these stocks were ripping through to the moon. I mean, it was insane. So how did I know which one I should be trading, right? That's the tough part. When you have so many stocks that have so much volume, that are all gapping up and moving really, really big, how do you know how to sort through? And that is the point of this video. And I'm going to show you how I knew to trade this stock right here. BENE. It was down here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was the 7th one down, gapping up 37% at about, let's see when this was posted, about 6 a.m. So 5:52, I posted that. So let's see what we did. Okay, right here, we're up $226.30 on the trade. It was, I'm not going to say it was a perfect trade because it was definitely far from perfect. They rarely are perfect. And if you're a perfect trader, congratulations, because there's very few perfect traders out there. Now, why did I choose this stock? At 7 a.m., you can see why a stock like this would be grabbing my attention. Now, that's not the only reason. This is definitely, listen, volume and price action, I say it all the time, and level 2 reading, that's everything when you're trading. But you need a catalyst of some kind. It doesn't always have to be these things move in sympathy with each other. This one is moving strictly because of DWAC. And now why is it moving because of that? Well, if you go here to the news, this one shares the same CEO with DWAC. Okay? For me, that is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer type of day trade. In and out, I got in with very minimal risk because that's just the way that I trade, trading part-time with a family, a house, business, I'm not going to go in and just go in heavy. I could have. I went in with 300 shares. Was it going to change my life? No. I had set a pretty wide stop. And I'll show you guys my entries and my exits, which I think I did a pretty good job scaling out of this one at the double top. And I'll show you guys that in a second. But the reason why I chose this one is because I started at the top. I went, all right, let's see what this one looks like. Now, at the time, it's 7 a.m. I got into my first trade at about 7:10 a.m. So at 7 a.m., when I'm looking at the stocks I want to trade, this is what I see. So this one is off my list. It's sold off. It broke through VWAP. And then we have a bunch of warrants. You can see here, W, 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 W. I eliminate all these because I just don't like to trade warrants. The spreads are too wide. You could be up or down the second you buy or sell. Now, if you have a huge account, then you can kind of make them work. I just never have had much success trading warrants. So then I just skip because I say, you know what? There's so much action. Why should I trade something that I'm not comfortable with? So then I go to this one. Same thing. It's selling off at 7 below VWAP. I go over to the next one. Same thing. It was selling off under VWAP. So then I think the next one was, at that point, we were at the 7th one, which was BENE or BENE, whatever it is, BENE. This one was going the way that I like to trade. Momentum trader wants to trade momentum. This is momentum. That is the clearest form of momentum I have seen in a good amount of time in the pre-market at 7 a.m. So that's got to be a little context for this video. I am trying to trade an hour, the 7 to 8 a.m., before a lot of traders are even up. Now I have kids that I have to get ready for school, and I have a lot of things going on. I have to make their breakfast. So I'm trying to get in and out of trades, knowing that not everybody is at their trading station yet. So even though this has pulled back right here, this stock is far from dead. It's just not at that hour yet where everybody starts to trade. On the West Coast, it's 5 a.m. still. And even at 7, it's even earlier. It's 4 a.m. when I'm trading here. So that's, part of the reason why I want to get in and out pretty quickly when I know that volume is going to start to subside. And you can see right here, after the initial push where I was trading, the volume really kind of fell off. And now we're just waiting for that second, stage. Now, why did I take profit off where I took it off? You can see right here. This is where it went up to at 4 a.m. and came all the way down. So at this spot, this is where shorts are going to be piling in. This is also where traders, right, that got in for this nice move, well, that's where they set their price, their profit target, is to where it formally hit a high in the pre-market. That's only normal. It's natural. That's what happens when you approach that level. A lot of people will sell. They'll take their profit at that point, and that's totally fine. Now, the next time we come up to 20, if we do today, it is showing a lot of momentum, but you never know what can happen. If it does come up to 20 again, that'll be the area that we would want to see break. So we came up to it once. Now, when we came up to it the second time, I would say that's a pretty big failure. I mean, that's $3. Now, we were coming from, down into the 13s. That's a $6 move here in about 15 minutes. So this is still very much bullish. I know it's trading below VWAP right now, but it's holding up here above these levels around the 17 mark. This one still looks good to me. And the catalyst, the CEO is the same as DWAC. Sometimes when you have stocks like that, that's just the way that they trade. They all like to trade together. So I know all this before I get in. So let's dial in the entries now. And I'm not going to say that I love my entry by any means, because I don't. So right here, I kind of got caught. I don't know if I got caught. So getting caught is the wrong word. I definitely chased it, but you can see after I bought it, and from this pivot point right here where you kind of get these like tweezer type of candles, it moved up another $3 in 3 minutes. So knowing what I'm trading, I don't feel like I was chasing it. This was moving really, really good. So once we broke through 18, you start to trade these psychological levels. Once you get parabolic momentum, you're trading those levels. The full dollar, you're trading the half dollar, and you're trading the next full dollar. So right here, we broke through 18. We got all the way up to 1823. We pulled back. I got in at 1791, and then we went even further, but I was holding, right? I'm only in at 300 shares. I have the opportunity here. If this thing is really going to go, I could give it some room. Okay, 300 shares is absolutely nothing, trading these stocks. But I do like to manage my risk. When we broke the 9 EMA here, did I love when that happened? Absolutely not. This is the pullback and the buy that you're looking for. Okay, this would have been so fast anyway. You can see it dropped here the same minute, the same bar ripped all the way back up to previous highs. You wouldn't even have known where your entries were at that point. So while it did break the 9, it held the psychological level of 17. Perfect. We're over VWAP. There's no reason at all for me to take this trade off. Now, this was more of a, play on the momentum, know what I'm trading. Do I think the move is over 10 minutes into the session? No, I don't. So I gave it some more room. I watched level 2, and I saw the most amount of volume pour in right here. Off of this 17, huge buy orders going through. And you can see here by the volume bars, massive, massive amounts of volume. Right here, I know I'm in a very nice trade at this point. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to enter. I'm already involved in the trade. It's a quick moving one. If this thing ever broke through VWAP here, I would have definitely cut the trade, okay? But knowing what I'm trading, the same CEO, DWAC, it's a Monday morning. There's so much FOMO. I want to take advantage of these big green candles. And that's what we did here. So we bounced immediately, and I mean immediately, seconds, off of that 17, all the way through 18, and then the continuation on the next candle, all the way up to this where we were going to be double topping. And that's where I started to unload. I took off a big part of it going up into this candle. Did I get everything? No. But I did get a good exit here. Do I wish that it was more than the 25 shares on this top bar here? Yeah, of course. We always wish that we sell at the top and buy at the very bottom. It doesn't usually happen. Now, the pullback here and why I didn't stop out. Now, I know this isn't your typical 2-to-1 type of trade. I can't, other than experience, I cannot explain to you unless you have been trading for a long time. On momentum like this, you do not want to get out before the move happens. You have to give yourself a little bit of a wider stop on these crazy momentum names that we are seeing and that you only see a few times, every few months, I would say. We do see this type of stuff, but it's probably, maybe 6 times a year, maybe less than that, where you see some crazy momentum like this. So I'm going to give myself a wider stop. Now, if you were trading AMC back in the day or some of these other stocks, if you get in, you end up getting stopped out before the move, and then the move happens. You got to give yourself a little bit wider stop. And that's why I took only 300 shares, because I knew I was going to give myself a wider stop here. And then, the rest is history. So that's it. We'll see where this stock goes. I have a good feeling about this stock. I think it's going to keep going. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's why I chose this one when you had all these other ones gapping up huge. And I loved seeing all the volume. There's so much participation. This to me was a no-brainer, choosing this one out of all the rest. This is the one that was moving up at the beginning. It's the one with a direct relationship to DWAC. Just very nice momentum. Just, keep that stuff in mind when you're going to be trading one of these stocks. What is it showing me at the time? And at the time, it was showing me a lot of momentum. So, guys, I hope that this kind of recap helped out some of you guys that trade momentum stocks. I'm happy. Listen, up $226 in here before 7:30 in the morning. Not bad. So that's it. I'll see you guys back on the next one. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up for the video. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.